this does is these are going to be words that I'm going to carry with me and that I'm going to be able to study. In the front is a term, and in the back, we're going to go ahead and find the definitions later, okay? I'm going to go through a little bit of story so that you guys can get starting to get to know this vocabulary and how it's used, okay? So before I explain, we're just going to go through it one time. I'm going to say it, you guys are going to repeat. Injustice.
Injustice.
Fulfill.
Fulfill.
Registered.
Register.
Protest.
Protest.
Mistreated.
Mistreated.
Encouragement.
Encouragement.
Qualified.
Qualified.
Boycott.
Boycott.
Okay. So I know some of these are really strange words, huh? Never seen them before? Sounds good. So let's go ahead and start with injustice. Okay. I actually have a picture that I have for injustice, but I'm not going to use it quite yet. I'm going to go ahead and explain the definition for injustice. Injustice means that something is not fair. Have you guys ever had a moment where something wasn't fair in your life? Mm-hmm. Can you give me an example of what was not fair? What was your injustice? I know, I kind of put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Let me think. Maybe I can think of one, maybe you guys can think of one too. So an injustice. I remember when I was growing up that my brother got to play until 7 o'clock at night in the dark, and I only got to play till 6 o'clock at night because my parents said that because I was a girl I had to come in earlier. So I found that to be unfair or an injustice. Can anybody give me an example? Yes, go ahead.
Because my brother gets more stuff than us.
Ah, an injustice, not fair. Okay, so when you think of an injustice, what's one of your injustices?
When I'm watching TV and my brother just comes and plays like that.
Injustice. You were there first. Exactly. So injustice means not fair. Okay. Fulfill. This means to finish something or complete a task. Like for example, I know I give my husband a checklist when he goes to the market, and I have to say, you know, buy me eggs and bread and milk. And when he has all those things and he's checked them off, then he has fulfilled his task. He has finished and completed and gotten everything I want from the store. You guys have to fulfill assignments, right? You have to go home and finish your homework. So you have to fulfill your homework or fulfill that task of completing it. So fulfill means to finish or to complete. I've also seen marathon runners, when they cross that finish line, they're fulfilling. Once they cross their finish line, they fulfilled that task. Okay? To finish. Injustice means not fair. Fulfill means to finish. To finish. Okay? This one, registered. Have you guys ever heard of that word before? Yeah. Kind of a hard one. I had to look up on the computer a best kind of picture for this, and the only thing I could come across is to register means you put your name on a list. Like, have you ever heard people register to vote? Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's where that word comes from. It means that their name gets placed on a list. Okay, or you get registered to have cable, which means that you are given access or you're put on a list to be able to get that cable. So registered means to be placed on a list. Okay, like to register to vote. This one is protest, and I'm sure you guys have all done this before, even though you may not know what the word is. Have you ever had vegetables in front of you and you said, I'm not going to eat that? Sometimes? Yeah. Or if someone takes a ball away from you, you're like, hey, stop, that's not okay. You're doing a protest, which means that you're saying no or you're objecting to something. It's like, no. Okay? I used to protest against vegetables. I would eat everything on my plate, but when it came to my Brussels sprouts or asparagus or carrots, I would protest and not eat it. I'd say, I don't want it. I would object to it. Okay, protest means to say no to something. Register means to be placed on a list. Like to register to vote. Fulfill means to finish. Injustice means not fair. Okay, good job, guys. Okay, mistreated. Oh, do you think you know what it is? Kind of part of it. Mistreat. You want to add to that?
When you're not treated good,
when someone's treated not good, when not well, right? When someone is, and you think you're right on it, you want to add to it? Okay, so you guys both together were just right. It's when someone is treated badly, or someone or something. It could be an animal or it could be a person, right? When someone is not treated right. Okay, mistreat. Yeah, the word treat in there. Mistreated. Miss means to not do it right, to do something badly. Okay. Encouragement. Have you ever had a teacher that says, "Good job, way to go"? What kind of encouragement have you heard? Yes.
My mom.
What does your mom say?
My mom says that when I pass this, pass or something.
Good job. What kind of encouragement have you got?
Do something good. Good job.
Good job. Okay, very nice. Has anybody been in a sport where someone has encouraged you? No. I know some kids, when they're in soccer and they fall down, they'll be like, "Get up, you can do it. Go on." What other terms do you listen to when you hear encouragement? Way to go. Well done. Nice job. I just did an encouragement right there. Nice job. Okay. All right. Protest means to say no. It means to object to something. Mistreat means to treat someone badly. Injustice means that something is
Not fair.
Not fair. Fulfill means to finish. Registered means to get on a
List.
Get on a list. Encouragement is. Oh, we didn't even say what it was. Encouragement is to praise someone, right, for doing something well. Okay, or support that inspires hope or confidence to make you feel better. Okay. How about qualified? Qualified. This is a tougher word, but let me try to jog your memory. When you go to a doctor, is that person qualified to see you and give you, for example, medication? Qualified. Let's go. Let me say it this way. I am qualified to be a teacher because I have learned the skills of how to teach. Okay, so I'm a qualified teacher. Is your doctor qualified to be able to give you medication? Is he skilled? So qualified is someone who has the needed abilities or skills to be able to do something.
Well trained.
Well trained. Now exactly well trained. Now who plays video games? Okay. I am not well qualified to play a video game, but what's your favorite game that you're really good at? That you're qualified to be able to finish? Lots of kinds. Just choose one. Is it like Mario Brothers? Is it Super Mario Kart? Wii? The Wii? Okay, what game on the Wii? You don't know yet? How about you?
I'm playing my Wii on Mario games I love for Christmas.
Are you qualified to be able to pass a level?
Yeah.
You have the skills and abilities? Nice job. Very nice. Qualified means that you have the skills and abilities to be able to do a task. And boycott, probably our hardest word here, but once you guys understand it, it'll be easy. So boycott it's kind of when you join a group and you refuse to do something. For example, in history, you'll find out that some people who were mistreated, who were treated badly, that they would decide not to purchase something from that business. So they would hold a boycott. They would join people and they would tell people, kind of like a strike, saying, "Don't buy anything from that place. They don't treat you nicely," and they would just boycott it. They'd say, "Don't buy or deal with those people because they're not nice to us." Okay, and so it's a joining a group to say, "I don't want anything to do with you." Okay. So boycott, refusing to deal with a business or a person. Qualify, the skills needed. Your encouragement, that's praise to give you confidence. Protest, to say no. Mistreat, to treat you badly. Injustice, which is not fair. Fulfill is to finish a task, and registered is to be placed on a list. So let's see how well you guys can do. I'm going to be passing out these cards.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You guys make it more than one card. So go ahead and read your card. I'll give myself one too. Some of you may have two. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and start. All right? You have to listen. I have mistreated, which means treated badly by others. Who has registered? So look on your card. Okay? If you have registered, start reading.
I have the registered, which means someone had their name placed on a list. Filled.
Who has fulfilled? Who has fulfilled?
I have fulfilled with means to finish or to carry out who qualified.
Who has qualified?
I have qualified, which means having the unique skills to do something.
Okay, and then read. Do you have anything on the bottom? Okay, go ahead and start. I have encouragement.
I have encouragement, which is support that inspires hope and confidence who has mistreated.
Very good. And I have mistreated. I'm going to go said, who has boycott?
I have boycott, which is a planned join of others in
A planned joining of others and refusing to buy from or deal with a person, nation, or business.
Who has
Encouragement. Good job. Who has encouragement? Oh, you do. Go ahead.
I have encouragement, which is support that which is that inspires hope and confidence who has mistreated.
And this one is who has protest?
I have purchased which means to object to something who has boycott.
And boycott you've already read, so we already went around the circle. So now that you guys, and here, Wally, read our last one.
I have unjust, which means that something is not fair.
Very nice. So now I have pictures, and you guys have to work on a group, so you may have to stand up here. You guys can go ahead and give me your cards back, your definitions. And actually, you can look at them again if you need them. I'll put them aside. But here I have some pictures, and you guys have to decide where they go. For example, if you think this is boycott, you would place that boycott on that picture. I'm going to move my book so you guys can get to it. Okay, so you're going to have to work together. Here's pictures. Did I just hide the pictures? Oh, thank you. Okay, here's all my pictures. I'm going to put them aside, and you guys have to go look at the picture and where do you think it goes the best. And you guys can talk to one another. Okay.
This one goes with the qualified.
Okay, and what?
Goes to boycott.
I think this one goes here because it's not fair.
Very nice.
I think this one goes here because we're listening.
Okay.
I think this one goes to father because he doesn't want it.
Okay. It looks good. Now let me explain this picture a little bit more. This is an empty bus, and these people are refusing to go on the bus and they're taking the bicycle instead. And then this one, it looks like we have an older student who is bothering a younger student. So let's see. Okay, what do you think?
I think this one goes here because he's mistreating him.
He's mistreating him why?
Because he's showing him.
He has his fist.
And what do you think about this one?
It goes here because they don't want to use it because maybe they're mistreating them.
Very nice. So you guys have this perfect. So you're injustice here, not fair. You're finishing the line. Registering to vote is registered. Protesting against the food. This one's being treated badly, mistreated. The encouragement, good work. Your qualified, skilled workers. And your boycott, refusing to use the bus and doing something else and using another vehicle. Nice job, guys. That was really, really well done. Okay, the next part you're going to need your paper. So we're going to forget this particular lesson and we're going to move on. So grab your pencil and your paper. Yeah, you can put your name on it. It's perfect. I'm going to uncover these again because we're going to use one of these words. And the word that I chose to work with is protest. And I'd like you to write the bare bones sentence that I have where it says, the boy protested. So go ahead and write that on the top line. The boy protested. when I look at that sentence, there's a lot of missing answer questions in this. For example, what kind of boy? Is it an elementary boy? Is it a dark-haired boy? Is it a boy that's a toddler or a teenager? Protested what, and where, and why, and how? And so there's a lot that this sentence is not telling me. Then would you mind just sitting on about it so that she can see? Perfect. All right. So I want to be able to expand this. So underneath your word protested, I want you to make 4 hills, just like me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Underneath the protested. You make those 4 valleys. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Those little mountains or peaks. We're going to expand this like an accordion. We're going to stretch it out. Okay, so that we can start answering questions. You don't have to do this part yet. I just want you to watch. Okay? I'm going to make this super big right now. I know I only have 3, but I just want you to get an idea. I'm going to put who, where, and when, and why, and how. Okay? And I'm just going to concentrate on those 3 right now. But I want to look at the 6. You're going to help me to expand it. Okay? So let's look at the first one. Who? Okay? Let's go ahead and describe this boy a little bit more. What kind of boy are you thinking about? Are you thinking about a teenager? Are you thinking about a toddler? Like a small kid? A kindergartner? A dark-haired boy? A blonde boy? A preschool boy? Okay, so can we say a preschooler? Okay. All right. The preschooler. So you guys can go ahead and write this one down. The preschooler. Okay, so now we have the who. And now, where is he protesting? Is it in the cafeteria, at home, in the classroom, under his desk? I'm trying to get the where. At his house. Does somebody else have something else we can add? The preschooler. In his classroom? At home? Under the table? At recess? What do you have for me? At the playground. Go ahead and write this down. At the playground. Okay. We can skip one for right now. The preschooler at the playground protested what? Let's go ahead and answer the what here. I don't have the what on here. Let's change when to what. What did he protest? Protested. What did he protest? What would you say no to at recess? What would you protest?
Play volleyball.
Maybe he protested the bell ringing too early? What is it?
And going to the team that you don't want.
Protested. How would we put that in our sentence? Getting picked for a team? Okay. Ooh, getting bullied. Okay, protested. Getting. That's a 2 T's. Getting bullied by a team. And now we can put how or let's work with why. Why? Because why? The preschooler at the playground protested getting bullied by a teen because what? Because. And how do you think that would make him feel?
Sad.
Because he was?
Because he was sad.
And what's a different word for sad? Because he was? Down. Good. Because he felt?
Blue.
Because he felt blue. Ooh, I love it. Bullied by a teen because he felt blue. Okay. So, which one do you think is a more powerful type of sentence? Is it the boy protested or the preschooler at the playground protested getting bullied by a teen because he felt blue? Which one is more descriptive?
The second one.
The second one. And all we did was we answered the who, what, when, where, and how. So on your page, you can go ahead and write down this little peaks and valleys.
Do you like this?
You can write who, you can write where, what, why, how, and the last one here would be when. Okay, we don't get to answer all of them, but we're going to try to answer a lot of them. Okay? And as always, we get used to this, we can even make ours even more complicated. These around. So for example, you could put, because he felt blue, the preschooler at the playground. Or you could put at the playground, the preschooler protested getting bullied by a teen because he felt blue. So you could move every time that something follows the comma, you could move it to the beginning of the sentence. So here, at the playground, start at the beginning, the preschooler protested getting bullied by a teen because he felt blue. Or because he felt blue, the preschooler at the playground protested getting bullied. So you can move these around once we get really good at this. Kind of cool, huh? So who, what, when, where, how, why.
It's the same word, but switched.
That's exactly right. You can switch it up. And so in future lessons, we could actually put these on little cards, and we can put them in the right order like puzzle pieces. It'll be fun to move them around. Do you imagine how good your writing is going to get when you start putting, like changing your sentences from here to here? It's going to be cool. Who thinks they can try this in their next writing? Yeah. Maybe a little bit more practice? Yeah? Okay, sounds good, guys. All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you being with me today. You guys were a fun group.